One thing about it, being the eldest daughter is more than a full-time job. You work 40 hours a week. Being an eldest daughter, you work 24/7. It's a job with no benefits. You don't get no PTO, you don't get vacation, you don't get paid to do anything, and it's draining because your family looks out to you for every single thing. You're like the mediator of the family. In this video, I'm essentially going to be ranting about what it feels like to be an eldest daughter, especially in an African household. And we're gonna rant instead of cry about it, I guess. So without further ado, let's get right into the video. Being the eldest daughter, it's different. It's giving therapist, it's giving second mom, it's giving case manager, it's giving emotional punch bag, it's giving HR, it's giving lawyer, okay?
Oh my God! Wow!
In an African home, you're basically the second mother, the assistant mom, and you're the caregiver, and you're the second wife, low key, right? And you're the substitute dad, essentially. Number one, the built-in responsibility. First of all, who in the world thought that because I'm born first, I'm suddenly a third parent? Nobody asked me if I wanted this job. Like, I didn't go on Indeed and apply for this job. So why am I responsible to have this job? Nobody gave me orientation. I did not apply for this job. No training, no interview, but somehow this job is laid upon me. I'm responsible for things that I did not sign up for. Like, let's rewind. I didn't ask to be here. Mom and dad, I just came to be. I just came to be. Now I'm responsible for 3 other people's lives. Yeah, we've got to talk about that. Well, here's the reality of being an eldest daughter in an African household. You're cooking for the whole house at 12 years old.
We are going to wash all the dirty clothes in this house. Today, your clothes, my clothes, every dirty clothes in this house. Bedsheet, cotton, everything you wash them. So get ready.
When my siblings, and I moved to the US, I was like 12 and my mom had to go to work. So I was already cooking. Like, if you ask me today, I don't know how we survived. Number two, being the translator when your parents don't speak English. Yeah. Do I need to say any more? Like, literally, I mean, this is like applicable mostly to my mom. Like, she's definitely good now, but in earlier days, yeah, she definitely needed some help. So number three, getting dragged into conversations that you have no business being in. If you are an eldest daughter, only you would understand. Like, you get dragged into every single thing, and this creates trauma for you, unfortunately. Number four, helping your siblings with homework that you barely understand. I don't even have words for this, because just because I went to school or I was the first to go to school in the US doesn't mean that I understand everything. It's a given, just Google it.
Are you not ashamed of yourself? Are you not embarrassed? This is really embarrassing.
ChatGPT didn't exist that time, but just Google it. You'll probably find the answer. Oh, my personal favorite, babysitting?
Oh my God! What is that?
Yeah. Is it an option? No, baby. It's not an option. It's a requirement. You've got to do it. Especially in an African household. And we're not calling it or paying anyone else to come and watch your siblings, your blood. When we just moved to the US and my mom had to work, I would watch my siblings all the time. And looking back at it now, I'm like, what if something happened to us? Like, when you look back at it, at the moment, it probably didn't feel like much. But when I look back at it now, like a 12-year-old me watching a 6-year-old is crazy. Like, I literally had to change diapers, cook for them, and like make sure they stayed alive. That's wild to me that was actually a thing. It's unfortunate, honestly. It's unfortunate because it kind of creates like a thing where with older siblings, they become a bit hyper independent. They feel like they can do everything on their own and they don't need anybody else's help. And that's the case for me. I feel so hyper independent. I struggle with asking people for help because I've been helping other people my whole life. So for me, the only thing I can do is help myself. For school, I had to figure it all out. My parents never went to school in the United States. So I had to figure out how to apply for colleges on my own. Luckily for me, I mean, I had a career center at school, so I was assisted most of the time, but still I didn't have anybody to look up to for those things. I had to figure it out on my own. The second point, the pressure to have it together.
Wow, the pressure is getting worse.
Oh, you think you're allowed to be tired? To need help? Please. There is no such thing in an African household. Confused? Who? Tired? Who? Emotional damaged? Who? That doesn't exist at all. You better have all your shit together as the eldest daughter, because what you're setting the example for your siblings, which is like, I don't want to be anybody's example.
No, no, no. Not today.
I don't want anyone to look up to me. That's way too much pressure. I just want to be me. I just want to be Linda. I just want to live my life. I don't want anybody to look up to me and say, oh, I want to be like my big sister. No. There was this creator talking about, I think she talked about honor culture, where if you make a mistake, you're basically going to disappoint your parents because you're not honoring your parents. He was talking about how when you have parents who have done so much, who came to the US, their growth was so exponential that you have to do better than them. It puts a lot of pressure on you. Now, I am nowhere near where my parents want me to be, at least in their eyes. But I'm where I want to be. So I'm going to stay where I want to be because I've set those boundaries. I'm not living anybody else's life. What I'm trying to say is I need to put myself first to keep my mental happy, to keep myself happy. Because I realize that when I put other people first, what other people think of me, especially my parents, I put so much pressure on myself and I do things that I actually don't want to do. And what's the point of living my life if I'm going to do things that don't make me happy? So I went on rambling a bit there, but let's get back to the point. Things eldest daughters can't do. You can't say you don't know. Like I mentioned earlier, my sister, sometimes she would ask me questions related to schoolwork. And I would say, I don't know. I don't remember. And her answer to this would be, well, didn't you go to school for this? And I'm like, yes, I did, but I forgot. I mean, use Google or ChatGPT, goddamn. Like, am I supposed to be fucking Einstein? I'm not no damn Einstein. Go Google the damn thing. Like, I don't know everything. Google it. If I tell you I don't know, just say, okay, I'll look it up, which is fine. That's what I did. When I didn't know anything, I just looked it up. I didn't go to anybody else to ask for questions. I looked it up for myself and I figured it out. But I guess the younger siblings have a hard time doing that for whatever reason.
Bombastic side eye.
The other thing is making simple mistakes. You make a mistake, the response would be, so is this the example you want to set for your siblings?
You can never make it. You are here breathing heavy like a dog. Think about your life. You are a failure. You can never make it. You know you cannot make it. You are tired. You are here. What have you done? Useless. Me with my pregnancy, I'm better than you. Idiot.
I want to live my life without feeling the pressure of being perfect for my adult siblings. And One of my mom's favorite. When we get in an argument, when you're quiet in an argument, my mom loves to say, "So you don't have anything to say anymore? You don't have anything to say?" Here's the thing, Mom. If I reply to what you said, then you will say that I'm disrespectful. My mom will say that I'm disrespectful because I'm speaking, and they will say, "Oh, you're speaking back. You're talking back to me." For having an argument and I'm being quiet, it's because if I say something, you're going to see it as being disrespectful. But if I don't say something, it's a problem. So what's the middle ground? It looks like I lose anyway, so I might as well not say anything. I might as well just keep my thoughts to myself. My personal favorite is when you show stress, when you show emotional instability, or when you blame them for something. Their response is, there are people who have it worse. Duh. Of course, there are people who have it worse than me. But that doesn't mean that you should negate my feelings. My feelings are still as important as the next person. What you feel is is a small problem to you may not be a small problem to me. Why is it that everything that I do is held to perfectionist standards, but my siblings are out here letting loose and living their best lives? Like, I could be out here solving world hunger, but you would get a call from your parent that would say, "Oh, but why didn't you sweep the kitchen?" African parents, they're never satisfied. It's an endless and vicious cycle. So just do what you want. The last one is the emotional toll on being the strong one. Nobody checks on the eldest daughter. Everybody just assumes that we're doing well. Sometimes we're literally breaking down and we have to pretend that we're okay. Most of the time, we're probably stressed out because of something, or we're just like emotionally unavailable, and so we don't want to deal with other people's emotions. Nobody would know that because they don't ask. Real talk, you always give advice, but who advises you? You fix things, but who helps you? You have to be strong all the time. And then lastly, if you dare say no, then you are being selfish. Who would dare say no? I mean, no is a full sentence. I just sometimes want to be the little sister to somebody for once. I don't want to wear all these hats that I didn't ask for. I wish I could switch roles with my little sister. That would be nice. And just because I was born first doesn't mean I should suffer the consequences.
Emotional damage.
I think I'm done talking. Now listen, if you made it to the end of this video, you're either an eldest daughter or you're an enemy. Either way, like this video because it's the least you can do, right? Subscribe to my channel if you want to see more videos like these where I just sit down and chit chat. And share this video with an eldest daughter because I feel like we need a support group. Tell her thank you, tell her you're grateful for her. And if she doesn't respond, it's probably because she's tired of all your BS. All right, I'll see you on the next video if I'm not too busy being the family's underpaid assistant.